Welcome to practice. We're going to begin laying down, and you don't need a blanket underneath, just the flat of the floor. And we're going to take the arms overhead and just have soft elbows to start with. Noticing if there's any resistance to the arms really resting. And legs are bent, feet hip width and parallel. And with the arms overhead, notice if you're holding your spine away from the floor. And just finding the shape of your spine. Appreciating your breath here. And stretch the arms out to straight now. Give yourself a really big stretch. Why does stretching feel so good? Must be good for us. And then relax your arm by your side. Nice work. We're going to just take the legs to the right side and then to the left side. Move so you can really feel what's going on and feel what's going on with the core of your body. All this band around the middle of the body. So it stretches when the legs are all the way down, but then feel how the core has to switch on to lift the legs up. Just tuning in to that part. So important for our stability, balance, healthy spine. Nice work. And coming back up to center. All right, we're going to take the feet straight up to the ceiling. And just draw a little circle, if you keep your feet together, with your toes in the air above your toes. Doesn't have to be a really big circle, just a little circle. And again, focus on what's going on in the core band of your body. And the other direction. Nice work. And release your feet back to hip width and parallel. And let your back relax. As you exhale, press your lower back into the floor. And as you inhale, arch your lower back away from the floor. We're going to find our flow. The flow of movement, subtle movement along the spine. And the breath. So inhaling, the belly lifts, expands, and exhaling, the back presses. Nice. Let's add in the arms. So as we inhale, arms are going to go overhead. And as we exhale, by the side, lower back presses. Good. Arms overhead. Nice work. Keep your lower back pressed to the floor. Take your hands, interlock them, and put them behind your head. Now we're going to lift the head a little off the floor. And you might recall, we're trying not to use the strong arms we rely on so much, but to keep your head resting into your hands so your neck is not switching on to help. So with the head, just the head lifted and your back pressing, you might feel the core of the body engaged. And the higher you lift, the harder the muscles of the abdominal core have to work. So we want to try and express that movement as fully as we can, but without tensing the neck. So really try to keep your head relaxed. But we're going to imagine describing a circle with the top of the head in the air beyond the top of the head. So that means the torso lifts, swings across to one side, relaxes a little bit. Keep going, making that circle. But really paying attention to not doing that with your strong arms. Use the core of the body. You want to feel your ribs, the muscles between the ribs activating. Ooh. And then the other direction. Try to keep your lower back pressing. We'll keep the neck relaxed. We're finding that flow of movement. Breath. Beautiful. And then release and relax your head. Let's put the arms softly overhead again. And letting your back relax, your belly relax, shoulders relax. Feeling the flow of breath. Okay. Take the hands under the head again. And this time we're going to lift the feet off the floor. We might do this with the legs bent and lift the head again. The head and shoulders. We're going to draw the circle with the torso again, pressing your lower back into the floor, relaxing your head back into your hands, and go, this is a bit tricky to coordinate, in the opposite direction with your knees. Oh. Oh. And then the other direction. Only need to be little movements. You'll discover it's pretty hard work. Keep breathing. Also very awkward for me to coordinate. Oh. Beautiful. And then release. And relax. Relax your neck. Feel that energetic core of the body. Nice work. Let's use the breath again and let the body follow as you exhale. Lower back presses. As you inhale, lower back lifts. Add the arms in. So as you inhale, arms overhead. Connecting to the flow of breath and subtle, supple movement in your body. Beautiful. And relax. Come back to center from there, rolling to your right side and come into forward virasana. So if your hips don't reach your heels, no matter. It just means you'll get a bigger stretch in the armpits and the chest. You can have your hips higher. Back of the neck long. But wherever your hips sit, then we want to use the pelvis as the anchor and reach the rib cage from there, back of the neck long. And then we're going to come up into all fours and spread the love between the fingerprints, the base of the index fingers. We're going to tuck the toes under and lift the knees just off the floor. I'm going to draw a little circle with the knees. Again, these movements don't have to be big. You can feel that it's hard work. You want to tune into that hard work. We want to keep the flow of breath, a compassionate approach to the body. And the other direction. Nicely done. And child's pose. So child's pose so that the shoulders are rested, and I like to take them beside me. But if your hips need to be higher, it may be that you stack your hands loosely under your forehead. Feeling the flow of breath. All fours. Good. Downward facing dog pose. Good. Sharing the love between the fingerprints across the balls of the feet. Lift the heels high, bend the knees. Lift the hips high. Let the head just hang down. And feeling that flow, life force of breath in your body, through your legs, your spine, your neck. We're going to sway the hips from side to side. And you'll notice as you go to one side, the opposite ribs really open up, the opposite side ribs, the armpit. Giving yourself that kind stretch. Keeping your neck relaxed. So looking at the side ribs. And then back to center, and we'll press the heels down, and let's alternate stretching the back of the legs by pressing one heel down, other leg is more bent, and then opposite. Like you're walking on the spot. Good. And we're going to walk towards the hand, pressing the heels down. And then rolling up and arms up. Urdhva and Tadasana. Stand facing the long edge of your mat, feet hip width and parallel. Great. We're going to bring the hands in front of the heart and press them. Shoulder blades reach down. We're going to just start to shift weight from side to side. And as you shift, you're going to lean. So I'm standing on the right leg. I'm leaning to the right and I'm lifting the left leg. And as I put my other foot down, I'm trying to land it, not by falling back into place, but by placing it hip width and parallel. So a little bit of an awkward move. Let's see if we can find some smoothness. Keep the hands pressing and the shoulder blades down. Feel the action of the core of your body stabilizing this movement. Sometimes it feels like you're just falling back into place, but as much as you can, trying to have a little bit of control here. Woohoo! Or not a nice word, is it? Intention. A little intention. Okay. One side is way wobblier than the other. Feet under the hip. Enjoying that stable stance where the feet are parallel, the legs are parallel. So that means the knees look forward. So everything's aligned. Nice, easeful movement. Running, walking, beautiful posture here. Lift the front of the thighs, the front of the hips, the belly, the breastbone, the top of the head. Roll the upper arms out, palms in. Mountain pose. Okay, we're going to step or jump, whatever feels good. Your feet out about your own leg length distance. Right foot out at 90 degrees, left foot in at 30 degrees. And we'll stretch the arms out from the heart without lifting the shoulders. So draw the shoulders down. Take the arms back so the little fingers reach back. Feel the chest broad. Good. And we'll reach the right arm as far as you can for trikonasana. So keep reaching before you place that arm down. All right, and then we'll take the left arm up. So if you hold higher on your leg, we still want a fairly straight line through the arms and the collarbone. If you're holding lower down, you might be able to start bringing the arms towards a vertical. Use your top arm, and we're going to reach back with that arm so we feel the ribs turning. Let the left hip turn. So the whole spine is active in this process. The core of the body, the feet are active, the legs. Feel the breath. Good. Really reaching. If you can lengthen your right waist and your right rib here. Enjoying the breath, the body. Yeah. Good. Find your feet, your balance, your core to come up. And then bring your hands in front of your heart. Draw the shoulder blades down. Let's turn the feet to the second side. Reaching your arm and really reach back with your little fingers. Good, strong leg. Let's reach to the left arm, the left rib, as far as you can to the left side. And take your arms to a nice straight line through your collarbone. So your left hand on your left leg. And then see how you go lengthening. Lengthening your legs, lifting the kneecaps, lengthening the spine, and reaching into your trikonasana. Finding your breath, finding your balance, and finding your reach. Use your top arm, right arm, to reach the back of the hand back. The palm is facing forward. Reach the back of the hand back and take the right rib back, the right hip back. Beautiful. And then we find the feet, find the core of the body as you lift up. So much going on in that changing side. Bring the hands back in front of the heart. Lovely. And we're going to jump heavily for your bones or lightly for your core. Your bones a little wake up. Feet under your hips. Tadasana. Now, we're going to turn towards the front of the mat now, the short end of the mat. Tadasana, Urdhva Hastasana, and Uttanasana, where you keep the bones of your spine forward. So don't let them pop out behind you. Good. And we're going to bend the legs enough to get the hands on the floor and step your left foot back. Now we're going to keep the left foot facing forward so the feet stay parallel. And from side to side, they're about hip width distance. But we want to get the back heel on the floor. So make sure your distance is such that you can keep the back heel pressing. All right, front leg is bent here to keep this healthy spine feeling. And we're going to put the left hand on the floor on the inside of the right leg. Now, if you really don't reach, you could do this holding onto your right leg, and you could even hold with both hands if you need to. But we're going to play with getting the right leg towards straight. So you want to find your intense resistance and breathe. Really noticing what's going on with that feeling, whether you can stretch more, and that's okay. Maybe you need to really back off a little bit, see how that goes. And a good indicator is, can you keep your spine relaxed? So trying to balance those two things. Share the love across all of the toe prints, not gripping. Great. All right, now we're going to try and take the right hand onto the right sacrum, and we're going to turn our torso to the right. So this time for reverse Trikonasana. Good. So even just expressing this posture a little way in, but really trying for that leg stretch, trying to keep your balance. That's all we need to do here. You might be able to keep turning the torso. You can bring that left hand further forward. You want to keep it under your shoulder for balance. Good. See if you can stack your right shoulder over the left shoulder. And if you have that turn, that movement in your body, you can try taking your right arm straight up, and we'll reach back with the right, back of the right hand. Pressing the feet, lengthening the legs, lengthening the beautiful work. And then releasing from where you got to. We're going to lift up, step forward, and balance on that right leg, which might be a little bit wobbly from stretching so much. All right, and what we're going to do is hands in front of the heart, draw the shoulder blades down. We're going to reach out in front with the left foot and use your foot like you would use a hand, feeling around for something in the air. I don't know what. Love, peace. Maybe lift the foot higher. Ooh, reaching around for good balance. Good. And then we're going to place that foot with intention, hip width parallel. And find your Tadasana. Feel the tingle of that sequence. So much new information. And feel the flow of your breath. The calmness of tuning into your breath. Beautiful. Arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Keeping your healthy spine. Good. Bend your knees enough to put your hands on the floor. Right leg back or right foot back. Find where you can get your right heel onto the floor. Good. And then play around with getting your front leg a little bit straighter. Good. Place your right hand down on the inside of that left leg, or both of your hands might be on your front leg. Good, but we want to keep healthy spine. So observing your stretch, where that works in your body, where it's very intense, and breathing, keeping that feeling of a relaxed spine. Nice work. Now we're going to start to turn the torso to the left side, and you can put your left hand on your sacrum. And we just need to turn here to where it's really working. So you've got your balance, You've got the stretch, the ability to lengthen your spine, to turn your ribs a little bit more. But some people can keep turning here. So if you need to move your hand, try to balance yourself so the hand is under your shoulder. Good. So we're finding that stretch, finding where you can move to in this pose. Ooh. And if you can put your left shoulder over your right shoulder, try taking the left arm up. And then we're going to reach back with the left arm. Reverse Trikonasana, Paravista, Trikonasana. Keeping the back heel pressing, extending the spine. Drawing the shoulder blades back and breathing. Beautiful. Come back to front of the mat, so hands on the front of the mat, stepping forward and lifting up. Oh, my leg feels wobbly. Oh. I can do it. Bring the hands in front of the heart, stand on your left foot, and with your right foot, imagine you're reaching out to find something intangible in front of your toes. Find find what it is in the air. So wiggle your foot around. And high, lift your leg high. Beautiful. And then feet under the hips. Tadasana. There's a lot of body information there. So feeling that flow. Uttanasana now. So we'll take the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, and then Uttanasana. And we're going to hold this for a few breaths. So to find that healthy spine, that optimal position for the spine, we want to feel all the bones of the spine, even that really sticky out one at the base of the neck. So I've got my hands behind me trying to help me feel the bones, reaching forward into the front of the body. So you might not be in your full stretch down, reaching the torso forward more, bringing those bones forward. So if you look up, that'll help with the sticky out bone at the base of the neck. And straightening one leg and bending the other, straightening and bending. Maybe even try straightening both your legs together and lift the kneecaps, lift the sit bone, lengthen the side ribs. Good. And we're going to draw a little circle with the top of the head in the air beyond the top of the head. So the whole torso is going to help. And we're going to find the core body again, the core stability. You can make your circle bigger. That's a little bit harder for the core. So listen to your body, listen to your back. And then the other direction. Feeling the core, the stability, the whole body aware of this movement, prepared. Beautiful. And then bend your knees, come back to center and roll up. And arms up. And Tadasana. Nice work. Turn back to face the long edge of your mat and step your feet out again, whatever way feels nourishing for you. We're going to turn the toes in. So your feet are a little bit wider than your leg is long, toes turned in. Let's take the arms up and look up. And as you exhale, bending forward. Now, I can reach my hands onto the floor under my shoulders. If you have trouble reaching, you can put your hands up onto your legs. Don't push your knees back, though. So work your knees from the inside rather than the outside and lift your kneecaps. Good. Lift your sitting bones. And if you have even more room to move, you could walk your hands forward so that we lengthen the torso, the side ribs, the armpits, the arms in one plane. Let your head just hang down. Oh. Feeling the flow of breath, of information from the toe prints, the soles of the feet, the inner arches of the feet, the length of the legs, the length of the spine, the length of the arms, the whole body energetic. Nice. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, and we're going to sit down from here. So if you want to follow me in a movement, you can do that. Otherwise, think about how it's going to be safest for you to sit. So I'm going to jump my feet into a squat position as best I can. Heels aren't quite on the floor. I'm going to try and wiggle around to get my feet feeling a little more flexible, leaning forward. And then I'm going to try and get my heels on the floor and sit with the intention of not falling back. Beautiful. We're going to sit onto a blanket. So I'm just going to fold a pillow shape. The triple fold. A little bit of height under the sit bone makes the spine easier to balance. Okay, so the higher that is, the easier it's going to feel to sit in a balanced way. And we're going to take a twist then. Paravartan Sukasana. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee, left hand behind you. Find your mind-body connection where you follow the instruction of twisting, of lengthening your spine, but then also listening to the feedback of the body. Can you lengthen more? Can you relax the shoulders? Can you turn the ribs? But then notice what happens when you integrate the breath. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, turn a little more into that space made by the breath leaving the body. And then inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, exploring the space. Mind, body, breath. Now we're going to keep holding with the right hand, your left knee. We're going to keep that beautiful turn of the torso and then lift the left arm up by your left ear. So lengthen the left side of the body with the breath. Good. And then as you exhale, we're going to lift and lengthen the right ribs in the direction of the right thigh. You stay holding on with the right hand on the left knee, and you reach as far as your body needs to reach. So if you've got a lot of movement here, you might be heading your right shoulder down towards the floor in front of the right knee, or onto the right knee. Opening, shining the heart upward towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Beautiful southern sky. And then inhale and coming up. Aren't we fortunate to have the earth below and the sky above? Topping the cross of your leg, feeling that earth for a moment. Even if you're sitting on the floor of your building, which may be a little way above the earth. And turning to the right side. So left hand on the right leg and right hand behind you. And we get that mind-body connection going. So listening to the instruction, the following instruction. And starting to take cues from the body about how far we can turn. The real magic happens when we integrate the breath. Really feel the inhalation, the lengthening of the spine. Really find the space to move into as you exhale. Ah. Mm. And then we're going to reach the right arm up. And then lifting and lengthening the left ribs along the left thigh. Just as far as this movement feels good for your back, for your body. We're going to turn the heart up towards the sky. Feeling our place in this great team, beautiful planet. Mm. Good, and then releasing and coming up. Oh, and gonna lay down. Arms out from the shoulders. Mm. Inside edges of the feet together this time, knees together, and left thigh over the right. Hips go left and knees go right. Explore where it feels best for your back to put your feet. You can move your knees higher or lower. And turn your head to the left. And just give in. Mm. Bring your focus fully to the core of the body, that beautiful stability we can bring to movements to protect the spine. So bring the legs up to center. And then right thigh over the left thigh. Lift the hips, they swing right. And the knees go left. And you're looking over your right arm. Ah. Mm. Giving into the posture. Feeling the flow of your body in. Good. Aware of your core strength, your stability as you lift your legs and hug your knees into your chest. So uncross your knees. and hug them into your chest, rocking a little bit from side to side. Ah, if you'd like to stay for the Shavasana, another 10 minutes. And if you need to finish your practice, roll to your right side and namaste. You bring the legs out straight, and always good to check in. Sometimes practice can stir up a whole new set of questions in your body, and a blanket might be really comforting under the thigh. And I think I'm going to use one today. So the closer that blanket is to the tailbone, the more relief for the hip flexors and thus the back. We want the lower back to be long, the middle back long, tuck the shoulder blades under, palms facing up, and legs relaxed. Balanced on the center of the back of the head. And in the practice, there's no more work to do for the body. And here is a space for the awareness to tune in to each place in the body as it's mentioned, as though turning on a light. And inviting relaxation to each place of the body. Pose. Soles of the feet. Arches of the feet. Ankles. Lower leg. Knees. Thighs. Hips and abdomen. Pelvic floor. Buttocks. Lower back. Middle back. Between your shoulder blades. Back of the ribs. Armpits. Shoulders. Upper arm. Elbow. Forearms. Wrists. Palms. Thumbs. Backs of the hands. And fingers. Back of your neck. your throat, base of your skull and scalp, forehead. Around your eyebrows and between them, around your eye. Nose, mouth, lips, tongue, jaw, and ears. Feel your whole body now illuminated with your awareness. Breath by breath. Feeling flow of breath, life force in your body, the peacefulness of your relaxation in your practice. And as you start to move, bring that peaceful feeling into your movement. So you can bend in your arms, your legs, and roll to your right side. And when you feel ready, come up and have a seat. Bringing your hands together over your heart. And take the feeling of the practice. Namaste.